Hey guys, and welcome back to another video with me, Tom Dollimore. I'm currently the #1 ranked manager on the Fantasy Football Scout Hall of Fame, and this is a place where you can follow my team and my thoughts throughout the season. Let's jump in and have a look at how I did in Game Week 15. We have ended on 55 points and virtually not moved in rank at all, so we're still 145,000th. It is almost dead on grey arrow, but it was a slight green, so I'll take it as a green. But yeah, until the United game, right at the end of the game week, I was about 15 points away from a green arrow. And I thought it was going to be a bit of a disaster week. It turned out okay. So the whole defence and goalkeeper did pretty poorly actually. So Raya with the 2 points, Timber 3 points. Luckily he got a couple of points for Defcons for playing centre back, which was handy. Anderson 1 point, a bit of a letdown this week, and Virgil continues to be a letdown on 2 points. So moving into midfield, so obviously my transfers were Mateta to Marshall, which was all to fund Stack to Foden, and Foden has scored 12 points, so it looked like it did pretty well, but actually Stack, who I transferred him out for, scored 12 points as well, so it was all a bit pointless, but at least Foden scored the points as well, so all worked out alright, and still points in the bank. So yeah, then moving on to the United guys, Cunha's come in with the 5 points. That's nice. He should have got so much more. He had a few opportunities, but hopefully it'll come good or better. But yeah, it's nice to get some points for him finally. And then Bruno Fernandes. I think some of you stopped believing. I think some of you thought I'd lost it, but you got to stick with me. Bruno Fernandes with the 18 points. Yeah, I've been saying it all season, and now he's the top scorer in midfielder. So you just gotta go with these things and trust and believe, and eventually I'm usually right most of the time. So yeah, that's really nice to finally get that to come through. Unfortunately, didn't captain him this week. If I'd have captained him this week and Haaland last week, I'd be absolutely flying now. But it's just the way things go, really, and that's kind of the only reason my rank's gone down for the last couple of weeks. Actually, is captain choice, but you can't get it right every week, and we're still doing all right. I'm pretty happy where I am. Yeah, then we got Enzo, Fernandez, and Semenyo, both 3 points. I kind of said in the last video that they're both players that I want to go, and still feel the same, but we'll have a look at that in a bit. Forwards, Thiago 2 points. Everyone still keeps buying him. I bought him at 6.2 million, and I think he's now 7 million. So he hasn't been scoring any points, but everyone keeps giving me money, so I'll take that. But yeah, sadly only 2 points. Hopefully he starts scoring again soon. Yeah, moving on to plans for Game Week 16. So obviously everyone's got 5 free transfers, and I see a lot of people going a bit crazy with them. A lot of people never had 5 free transfers, and suddenly it's like Christmas, and people just looking to completely revamp their team. They feel like they need to use 4 of them at least. No, I don't think I quite regularly roll up to 5 transfers, so I'm not going to go too crazy, but I am definitely going to use 1 so I don't lose it. But so yeah, we're looking at current lineup is Raya in goal again. It's Wolves at home, so it's pretty much a no-brainer there. Timber is a bit of an injury doubt over him, but there's no way you can really do anything with him with Wolves at home, so you just got to hope he plays, and it might influence my transfer decisions this week because I'd want a slightly stronger bench spot, which could change what I do with my transfer, so it might influence me not changing one of my starting 11 and changing one of my bench players, so I've got a bit of a stronger bench. So yeah, it does play a part, but hopefully he starts and is fine and he delivers the points. But Anderson, Burnley away again, he's been brilliant. I've had him in my team most of the season, and yeah, hopefully he gets back to scoring the points. Van Dijk now, he is a potential transfer out. I still don't mind him in the sort of mid-term, not long-term, but yeah, sort of medium-term. I don't mind him still. Then we've got Foden. Palace away is a bit of a difficult fixture, but I think Foden's just absolutely on fire, so glad to have him in the team now. Cunha, Bournemouth at home. I think that's becoming a bit of a better fixture. They seem to be a bit leaky, so quite happy to have him in this week, and hopefully he starts cashing in on some of these chances. But I also, with Mbomo going out to AFCON, I think Cunha's potential minutes are going to go up a bit. Last couple of weeks has been a bit. I've been wondering if I made a mistake bringing him in, and but yeah, I think if he plays this game, he's got the assist in the last game, and now hopefully he can get something in this game, and then I'll be really happy because I feel a bit better about his minutes, and he's got some good fixtures coming up. Then we've got Enzo Fernandez and Semenyo still both kind of on the hit list, but Semenyo less so because he's got Burnley at home in 17, so I'm kind of going to hold it. It's United away this week, which I don't know if that's a good fixture or not anymore with United, but hopefully Semenyo can score. If he starts scoring some points this week, then he'll be a great hold for that Burnley home fixture, and then I'll probably really look at potentially getting rid of him after that one. But happy to keep him this week and next week. Then Bruno Fernandes, I've currently got him as captain. And obviously, probably the first thing that you're all thinking is I haven't got Saka in here. Saka is, by some distance, the best captain this week. And to be honest, I think I've probably made a bit of a mistake and overlooked it a little bit. To be honest, I've been quite low on Saka. I think I've always had the kind of I've kind of latched onto the thinking that Gyökeres could take some of the penalties when he plays, and I thought Gyökeres would get back in the lineup and be getting more minutes than he has been. So I think Saka's penalty share is a lot higher than I had factored in, and that's why I haven't got him so far. And now Wolves have continued to be really bad, and there's a lot of factors, and it's all come together. And actually, Saka is a really good, the best captain option by a mile this week. But I don't like any of the routes to get him for me. So I think I am going to be going without Saka and hoping for the best. And it does happen sometimes. I don't always own the best captain choice every week. There's sometimes a few game weeks throughout the seasons that I don't. It usually works out all right. But I'm not hopeful that this week's going to be a massive week for me. But I'm hoping that I can hold on. It's just what I can do with my transfers to kind of offset that a little bit. But on the flip side of that, if Bruno Fernandes does well, then there's probably fewer people captaining him this week, so it could play in my favour. It's just very risky. Then the forwards got Thiago against Leeds at home, which is a nice fixture, so hopefully he can get some points there. And Haaland, Palace away. As I said with Foden, it's not it's a tough fixture that, but Haaland. So I think I'm happy this week, certainly because a lot of people are going to be captaining Saka. I'm quite happy to go against Haaland this week. I think Bruno is the better captain choice. That kind of risk of everyone captaining Haaland has kind of a bit less of a factor in my head. Then bench, we got Rodon first bench, Brentford away. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but yeah. And then we've got Lacroix second bench against City. So, and then Marshall, but he's not going to play. So yeah, transfers. I think, and I've been telling everyone a long time, I think a lot of more people would own Szoboszlai. A lot of the kind of more analytical driven managers like myself would own him, but he's been sitting on 4 yellows for a while, which has put everyone off. Now that Salah's dropped out of the lineup and he's obviously taken that penalty in midweek, to be honest, I was looking at him before that bit of information. So I was looking at Szoboszlai for this week, in for Enzo Fernandez, before we knew anything about him taking penalties, and now he's potentially going to take penalties. I just think he's going to be the next big player, and I want to get in there early. Obviously, he's got that risk of suspension, but which is the kind of reason I've missed out on Munoz. But this one, I think, where we've got these 5 transfers, I think I've got the transfers to deal with it when it happens. I'll probably hold him through it, but it means I could sort out someone else to fill the gap for a week with no problem. And if he doesn't get a suspension, then he's an absolute bargain at 6.6 million. I think he actually I'm recording on Thursday night, so I think he's going up in price tonight, it looks like. So I might even do that move tonight, Enzo Fernandez to Szoboszlai. I think that transfer is almost guaranteed. I feel so strongly about it, I'm probably going to do it tonight to avoid the price rise. There's other factors to take into account. So like when he gets suspended, he'll get red flagged, and when that red flag gets removed, he'll stop going up in price for I think it's a week. So that's a bit annoying if I do buy him now, get in early, and then everyone buys him when that happens, and I don't get any of the price rises. But we'll see what happens. But I think it's not enough to deter me from doing it. I think I'm going to get him. If he doesn't get suspended, and if he takes all the penalties, then that upside is huge, and I feel stronger about getting Szoboszlai than I do Saka for sure. I don't feel super strong about holding Saka or owning Saka long term at all. It would literally just be this game week, and then I'd probably be looking at ways of getting rid of him for other players, because I think there is better value than Saka personally. But definitely going to make that move. And then the other option that I'm toying with for one more transfer, and I'd only use one more transfer unless we get any other news that makes me need to use more. But I want O'Reilly long term, but he's not great for this week. My initial second transfer plan was going to be Virgil to Hincapié for 1 week, and then I transfer Hincapié out into O'Reilly for the week after, because then is when City have the West Ham home fixture. So you then get a triple Arsenal defence for Wolves at home, and then you'd get triple City for West Ham at home. So I really like the feel of that. I think what's slightly changed my opinion is this Timber doubt. So I'll probably wait for this one for a bit more news, or if we get any more news. I might do that if we're comfortable that Timber's going to start. If not, then that kind of doubt, I would keep Virgil, start him, and then possibly bring in O'Reilly for Lacroix, and then put O'Reilly first bench against Palace away. And I think that's an upgrade on Rodon as first bench. And then I've already got him. I've got O'Reilly for the West Ham fixture already sitting there. So yeah, I kind of like that one if we've still got that doubt over Timber. But those are really the only players I'm looking at. Yeah, it's either do I get the... And I don't know, I keep toying with it because I feel like without Saka it would be quite a good way to differentiate and protect myself to have triple Arsenal defence. Because if that comes off and Saka doesn't do anything, then it'll be huge. As well as the Bruno Fernandes captain, I've got a lot. It's a lot of ways that I could get ahead of people, but then it's quite risky as well. But I'm definitely not going to have Saka, so it's always going to be a high risk week. But yeah, I think that's my thoughts at the minute. So I think I'm definitely going to do that Enzo Fernandez to Szoboszlai, and then yeah, I'm still toying with the other two. I don't even know if I'll do one. I might actually just leave a second transfer. But at the moment, I think I am leaning towards Lacroix to O'Reilly and strengthening that bench for if Timber doesn't play. Thinking slightly other plans, slightly longer term. What I'm thinking about, I'm still thinking that triple captain game week 17. And then the only other thing that I've got in my mind that I'm aiming for is Palmer. So everything else between now and this is kind of up in the air. We'll see what happens. We'll adapt. We've got lots of transfers to deal with, but there's nothing really jumping out to aim for. I'm quite happy with the team. After this week, I'm really happy with the team. But what I'm aiming for is, so Chelsea have got a run from Gameweek 24 of West Ham home, Wolves away, Leeds home, Burnley home. And just before that, in 23, they've got Palace, but then they've got Brentford home in 22. So I think 22 is the time to buy Palmer, ready for that Brentford game. Then you've got the Palace away game in the middle, but then you've got that run of 4 fixtures, which is just unbelievable. So I think that's kind of, how do I get to that? What's my best route to that? And if I look at Cunha, he's got the fixture, so he's got Bournemouth at home this week, and then he's got Villa away, Newcastle home, which aren't the best. But then he's got Wolves home, Leeds away, Burnley away. So I'm thinking, and that leads me up to game week 21. So I'm thinking then I find a way from Cunha to Palmer in 22 when Cunha will have Man City. And that takes me straight into that Brentford home game for Palmer. So that's kind of the only real plan in my head at the moment, and everything else is just we'll take it as it comes, and we'll use the transfers in the best way possible week on week. But yeah, coming up to that, that's kind of the only solid plan that I'm working towards. Other than that, that's as far as my plans go at the minute, and then we'll see what plans come up when we get there. But I think that's it from me this week. I hope you all have a great game week, and I'll see you in the next video.